Hello learners, welcome back to our channel Be Curious. Today we're gonna discuss very interesting topic taxonomy of angiosperms. Botanical nomenclature. Botanical nomenclature is the application of a correct names to the plants. Whenever any plant is discovered, it needs a proper name which may be used by all botanists of the world. In addition to its local name, this proper name of the plant is called botanical name. From time to time, efforts have been made by various scientists, but the credit for the binomial nomenclature goes to Swedish botanist Carlos Linnaeus. He formulated this system in 1753. In this system, the name of every plant is expressed in two parts. First part represents generic name and second part represents the specific name. The generic name of sweet plant is Triticum. This genus includes part represent the specific name. The generic name of wheat plant is Triticum. This genus includes many species as common wheat, Polish wheat, durum wheat. Therefore, the specific name of common wheat is Triticum aestivarum. Generic and specific names are from Latin language. First letter of generic name starts with a capital letter and of the species name with a small letter. Both of these words are written in italic. The name of the person or author who first observed and reported the plant is given in brief after the species Caesar Aritinum L. L is for Linnaeus. There are some international rules of botanical nomenclature which should be properly followed. These are called as International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Some of these important rules are listed below. Difficult and long names should be avoided. The specific name must distinguish a plant from all its relatives. A perfectly named plant is given a generic and specific name. The specific name always follows the generic name. International Code of Botanical Nomenclature is divided into three main parts: principles, rules, and the recommendations. To represent a taxonomic group of any rank, first of all, in this code, taxon word is used. Besides it, in the type, method, holotype, porotype, words are important. If any scientist discovers any plant and wants to give it a name, he will have to follow the rules of the code. Also, he will have to publish it in internationally recognized journals. Units of classification. Next to botanical nomenclature is the proper classification of the plant. In the modern classification, plant kingdom is divided in certain phyla. Each phylum is divided into classes. Phylum whole of the plant kingdom is divided into 25 phyla. The suffix of a phylum is either ophyta or mycoti. Last phylum is Anthophyta. Class. Each phylum is divided into classes. Its suffix is usually "ae". The phylum Anthophyta has only a single class, Angiospermi. Subclass. In modern classification, class is further divided into subclasses, as for example, class Angiospermi is divided into two subclasses, Dactylidony and Monocotyledony. Series. Subclasses is divided into more than one series order. This is the main part of the classification. Its suffix is "ales". In each order, one or more families are included on the basis of the similarities and dissimilarities in their specific characters. Family: this is a smaller and important unit of taxon in which plants of one or more than one genera are included. Its suffix is "ace". Genus: if each family has one or more than one genera. Generic nomenclature is important. Species: this is the smallest unit of the taxonomical classification. Its first letter is denoted with small letter. Different system of classification of angiosperms have been given from time to time and can be divided into the following categories. Artificial system: according to this system, plants are classified on the basis of one or few convenient characters. Theophrastus, 370 BC to 85 BC, in this book, in his book Historia Plantarum, classified about 480 plants into trees, shrubs, undershrubs, and herbs. Linnaeus Cornelius Linnaeus, called father of plant taxonomy, published a sexual system of classification, details of which were published in Genera Plantarum in 1737. He took into consideration the nature and number of stamens and carpels. He divided plants into 24 classes. Linnaeus' system of classification has various shortcomings, as plants having many dissimilarities were placed in one class simply on the basis of a few floral characters, but his simple system served to draw the attention of botanists to utilize the floral structure in the classification of plants. Natural system: according to this system, overall resemblance, all important characters of plant are taken into consideration while classifying the plants. Bentham and Hooker gave most important system of classification of angiosperms and published it in 3 volumes of Genera Plantarum. This system is followed by all the major herbaria of India. They describe 202 families. Bentham and Hooker divided plant kingdom into following manner: plant kingdom, Cryptogamia and Phaerogamia. Phaerogamia further classified into 3 classes: Diacty- Diatectomy, Gymnospermy, Monocotyledony. Dicotyledony is also subclass having 3 polypetally, gamopetally, and monoclamidy. The system of classification given by Bentham and Hooker has certain merits. Gymnosperms are placed between dicots and monocots. Thought it is only for convenience rather than an indication of affinities. In polypetally, plants with superior ovary are treated earlier than plants with inferior ovary, while in gamopetally, plants with inferior ovary have been mentioned first. Order Passiflorales includes family Cucurbitaceae, where Camopetalous condition is found, but it has been placed in polypetally. Phylogenetic system: these systems are based on evolutionary and genetical tendencies of plants. Some of the important phylogenetic systems are as follows. Engler and Pranz, they formulated a detailed classification and published it in 23 volumes of Die Naturlichen Pflanzen Familien. The general plan is as follows: Phanerogamia, Angiospermi, and Gymnospermi, and Angiospermi further classified into Monocotyledoni and Dicotyledoni. Dicotyledoni further classified into Archiclamidae and Metaclamidae. Johns Hutchinson was a director of Royal Botanical Gardens at Kew, England. He published a book, Families of Flowering Plants, in two volumes. Volume 1 in 1926, Dicotyledons, Volume 2, Monocotyledons. This classification was revised by him in 1959 on the basis of 24 principles, which are as follows: evolution is both upwards and downwards. The former tends towards preservation and the latter to their reduction and suppression of characters. Evolution does not necessarily involve all organs of the plant at the same time. One or more organs may be advancing while another may be stationary or retrograding. Evolution is generally consistent, and when a particular progression or retrogression has set in, it is persistent into the end of the phylum. In certain groups, trees and shrubs are more primitive than herbs. In any one family or genus, trees and shrubs are older than climbers. Perennials are older than biennials and annuals. Epiphytes, sparrophytes, and parasites are advanced than plants of normal habit. Aquatic flowering plants are derived from terrestrial ancestors. Dicots, VB arranged in rings, are more primitive than monocots. Scattered VB. Spiral arrangement of leaves or floral leaves is more primitive than the composite and walled arrangement. Simple leaves are usually more primitive than compound leaves. Bisexual flowers are more primitive than unisexual flowers. Dioecious plants are more advanced than monoecious. Solitary flowers are more primitive than those in inflorescence. The highest evolved forms of the latter are the umbel and capitulum. Spirally imbricate floral parts are more primitive than whorls and valvate. Polymerous, many-parted flowers are more primitive than oligomerous. Apetalous flowers are derived as a result of reduction from petaliferous condition. Polypetalous condition is primitive than gamopetalous condition. Actinomorphic condition of flowers is more primitive than zygomorphic condition. Hypogeny is the most primitive structure from it progeny and epigeny have been derived. Apocarpy is more primitive than syncarpy. Polycarpy precede Olig- Oligocarpy. Androecium with numerous or indefined stamens indicates more primitiveness than Androecium with few sepals. Separate or free stamens are primitive than fused ones. Endospermic seeds with small embryo are older than non-endospermic seeds with large embryo. Aggregates fruit are more highly evolved than single fruits. Generally, drupe or berry is more advanced than capsule. Hashration has considerably increased the number of orders and families. His system of classification can be summarized as follows: flowering plant have two classification: phylum one Gymnospermi, phylum two Angiospermi. Phylum two Angiospermi further classified into two subphylum: one Dicotyledons, subphylum two Monocotyledons. Cotyledons further classified into two: Lignocae and Herbaceae. Monocotyledons are further classified into three: Caliciflori and Columiflori. Dicotyledons Division One: Lignocae, woody group of dicots, thought some herbs derived from woody plants are also included in it. This division begins with the family Magnoliids and ends with Verbenaceae. Let's do summarize this topic. Taxonomy of Angiosperm is derived by the botanical nomenclature. Unit of classification: phylum, class, subclass, series, order, family, genus, species. Artificial system, natural system, and last, phylogenetic system. Thanks for listening.